What's up, everybody? This is Diente with L and Mark Anthony. Today we have a guest, Master Lee. He's going to talk to us about some bullying. We are You Talk It,
we bring it.
Let's get this show started.
All right, y'all. So we got Master Lee here. He's a founder of Silver Tiger Martial Arts Academy. You can find him here in Brockton. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming by, man.
All right.
Appreciate
Had to do it.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
Right. So today we're going to talk about a little bit about bullying. But before we get into that, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself so everyone here can hear about it?
Sure.
You got a story?
Master Lee Smith, full name Master Lee Smith, or Shifu, S-H-I-F-U, Shifu, which means teacher. I've studied martial arts, Kung Fu in particular, for 45 years. This is my 46th year. I started in Chinatown, Boston, when I was a kid, and never stopped. Actually, been there ever since. Well, as far as my verbal resume, I've been consecutive 6 years Southern Style champion. I have 3 Hall of Fames. One a Platinum Lifetime Achievement Award from American Martial Arts Association.
Yeah,
and
I hate to pause you, but what made you start martial arts? What made you want to start it?
Yep.
Let's see. Me and my 2 brothers. I'm middle child of 7.
7.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Big family.
Yeah, I'm right in the middle too.
My father had about 10, 11
man.
kids.
It's I told you, it's that baby boomers. People were busy.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, man.
What got me into martial arts was me and my brothers used to go to movies in Chinatown, and like everybody else, we go to Chinatown, we come out kicking and punching each other. And was one movie I saw in particular which changed my whole entire perspective of martial arts. And I know it's going to sound common, but it was a movie with Bruce Lee. It was Fist of Fury. And after leaving that movie, I just felt different. I wanted to be a teacher. Not a fighter, yes. But teacher is all of it. Teacher spends the years fighting, learning, doing forms, whatever, learning the intricacies of martial arts, and then is good enough to teach.
Yeah.
I was 10, 11 years old, and I wanted to teach martial arts.
That's dope.
Awesome.
That is dope.
I didn't want just to, kick your butt, kick it. To me, that's irrelevant.
Because at that age, when you learn,
to it.
because you want to learn, at that age, you want to learn how to beat somebody up.
Well, no, that's the thing. Well, I'm in a piece inside.
Yeah,
Can't help
he
it.
wanted to teach them.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's awesome.
But not so much about beat up. I'm not that. That's not my mentality.
Kind of like the tranquility thing.
Yeah, just to. I'm a nurturer.
Awesome.
I grew up around tough neighborhoods. I've known bullies. I've been bullied when I was a kid. So when we get to that right there, you know, I've been there.
Yeah.
I was never that type. I want to learn because I want to help, because I want to be very healthy.
Yes.
So my perspective of martial arts was Bruce Lee. This guy's healthy.
Right.
The kick butt is entertainment.
Right.
I don't mind kicking butt myself too. To be real about it. So I'm not that much passive. It's just that it wasn't my goal.
Your main focus, yeah.
It wasn't. Because when I fought people growing up, I felt bad for them
Afterwards, yeah.
I was like that too, because I whooped a lot of ass.
But I'm not proud of it though. I mean, I'm maybe a different kind of guy.
Right.
And I'm saying I'm not. Maybe I'm passive aggressive. I don't know. I'm more of a peacemaker.
Yeah, I'd rather peace too. And it's looked down and frowned upon being a man, that you're not out here and you're not being aggressive like in that nature.
But it's not necessarily always
That's illusion.
necessary.
That's
Because
illusion.
because you can talk it out.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to be in a physical altercation all the time. If you can talk it out, I think that's the most man thing to do.
I think so also. Look, if you have a religious aspect, which most people do,
Right.
and you can go to church Sunday and kick butt Monday. I don't understand that.
Right?
How you justify your own nature.
But and at the same time, I'm not knocking anybody. Like, listen, if you can talk things out, talk it out.
Exactly.
But if you feel disrespected now, or if somebody hits you, defend yourself
well,
by all means.
Sorry, I guess counter on that one just a bit.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you said except for the disrespect part.
Yeah.
We have 4 people on the mic right now. What you mean by disrespect is different from what I mean by disrespect. So how am I going to know?
Right.
So we'll always have a communication gap. You're going to always disrespect somebody.
Right.
I guarantee it.
Yeah,
Because you don't know what they mean. But is it agreeing with them?
Yeah.
You don't agree with me, so you're disrespecting me. What?
Not necessarily verbally.
And you. I'm just saying that,
Not verbally, but physically. That's what I'm saying. Like,
then
if somebody,
the hand,
if somebody touches you.
Right, that's different.
That's what I'm
That's a
saying.
universal law.
Funny.
Right.
Because you cross the line.
Right. But
funny,
that's what I
like,
was meaning. That's what I meant.
I saw this video online the other day, right? This big dude was minding his business, doing his laundry, and this little skinny dude was walking by this girl. He's staring right at her booty, and she bent over, putting her clothes in the dryer.
How big was his booty?
And don't worry about that. That's not the central point of the story.
No, I closed my eyes. This is on radio.
I'm just saying, how big was the booty? We want to know.
Well, it was.
Was it this big? Was it this big?
Mark,
Was it this
that's
big?
not the focus of right now.
He's just trying to make sure we know what the booty size
Listen,
was.
like, we'll talk about that off air. This man's on a time budget. So now the skinny guy slams his cart into the big dude, right?
For what?
Why? Yeah.
Because he's staring at the booty. So
So he distracted, he wasn't paying attention.
So
now
who's got a
the
problem?
big guy was upset that he got hit. He said, "Watch where you're going." And the little guy went to start to apologize. My bad. But then he realized other people were looking at him, and then he felt disrespected.
Now he felt pressured and stuff like that.
Even though he was the one that hit him.
I wouldn't say that's a disrespectful thing. I think
So,
at that point in time, you kind of just
now-
felt low about yourself, and now you need to build that ego back up.
Now, what
that's,
happened?
That's an ego thing. Yeah.
What happened as an end result, right? That guy started to apologize, and the big guy was cool with it. But then he saw everybody looking at him and got all
Ego.
hyped
Riled
up
up.
and excited, and he shoved the cart at the big guy, and then the big guy was like, "That's when
I gotta
you made a
handle your shit."
mistake. Now I gotta handle my shit."
Yeah.
And he went and grabbed some the skinny guy grabbed some
Cleaner stuff?
cleaner and threw it all over the big guy's face. Then he had to handle him. Right. Once is a physical reaction, but
Any type of fabric softening my face.
instead of
issue.
instead of beating his ass, so he did the right thing. He grabbed him up. He literally, I say it's the right thing because I get that kind of temper. He picked him up and just shoved him right in the dryer, and he shut the door, and he was looking for some quarters.
Are you serious?
Okay, so he committed assault. If it's just saying, I'm just looking at legal perspective.
Legal terms.
Yeah,
Well,
thank
he
you.
was assaulted.
This is full blown assault.
Yeah, it's assault.
No, he didn't hit him. He just picked him up and put him in the
That's
dryer.
not his touching.
the
That's
bullet
assault.
hit
You
the
make
attention.
contact,
That is
that's
assault.
Right, and
It's
his
assault.
intentions were never to
He said he
just
didn't hit him.
put him there for 2 seconds. He was gonna start that shit because he was looking for quarters.
Also, when he put it in the dryer, that's endangerment.
Yes,
That's committed
exactly.
murder. That's
That's attempted murder.
come on, man.
Now you going to jail.
I'm just saying.
That's about 2 or 3
You
charges.
can walk 3 miles now.
He probably wasn't ever gonna really do it.
Disorderly conduct.
No, he's
But-
out.
Disorderly conduct. Disturbing the peace. Assault.
Joey's like
Assault with the intent to harm. And attempted murder. So you're looking at 5-6 charges just off of that.
Can we just put a line for a second? I just
Yeah.
want to say
Go
one
ahead.
thing. Like I said to my daughter when she was a girl. My daughter's 36 now. She's up 20 years old. You know. No, she's not a baby anymore. Like I said to her,
She always a baby.
If you, when there's a problem with something, if you go back to where it started, that's what you need to look at. It's not where it ended. It's where it started.
where it
started.
started. The
So
root of it
how it
all.
started? A man looking at a lady's anatomy.
He was objectifying a
him.
woman. Yeah.
Maybe she was insulted, possibly. We don't know because we don't know the part of the story. Now, all this madness, as far as the dryer, the hitting, the pushing, no offense, to a lot of guys, the Colosseum mentality. Yeah, lions, kill them, eat them. This is why we're in trouble.
Yeah.
When we root these kind of things, like, yeah, root them on. Like when we were kids, yeah,
Right.
man, kick his butt. He said that to Obama. Can we grow from all that?
It's funny you said that because
It was a physical thing that started.
But I'm
You
glad
didn't have to turn into
I'm
it.
glad you touched on this because
You could always
I've-
avoid it.
I
There's
had-
always another way around it.
Right. You always have to go back to the root and the source of the problem. If you cannot
To resolve it.
identify the problem,
Exactly.
you cannot resolve any
Yeah.
issues with yourself,
Exactly.
and you
Thank you.
cannot resolve any issues with the problem.
Exactly.
I feel-
Identity.
Well,
A lot of people have identity crisis.
Own it.
Right.
I feel like I'm with two
I feel
guidance
like-
counselors right now.
I feel like
I am 29 years old, and this mentality has been this mentality
It's
mentality
gonna
since
stay-
I
that's
was
who
in
you
my
are.
teenager,
Exactly.
and it's gonna be me for life.
Yeah.
I had to grow and work and do everything on myself. I had to be thrown into the wolves, thrown into the fire, and I got through those fires and I got through those wolves, and I know better.
Now,
That's
And
it.
when you know better, you
I
do
know
better.
better.
You know better.
Always.
Your cycle is not. You won't be the same. Because after a while,
You have to
it's
grow
like,
from
you get tired
that.
of the
You
same
gotta
thing.
evolve.
You have to. You get the cycle. You get the cycle. The person at a certain age and experiencing certain things is going to make them think things that's this way, that way, and that's the way they go for the rest of their life.
Right.
No,
But you have to think
change.
outside from that.
You change, and not necessarily change. You evolve.
Yes, exactly.
right.
You evolve. You evolve into a better person.
Exactly.
Every day when you
Progressive.
you do a self evaluation, you do a self check on yourself, and you're trying to better yourself.
Yes.
I feel
that's evolving.
I feel like nowadays it's really difficult to find your own identity because so much social media like puts on us like that.
Clout chasers, clout chasers, clout chasers, clout chasers.
Man,
I can't stand them. I can't. I'm sorry. I
Look like you got
can't.
something to say over there.
See, when I grew up, it was a different time. You know, like we're all different backgrounds and different ages here. You know,
Correct.
And when I grew up, it was like if somebody pushed you, there was a circle around you immediately.
Same thing when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Same thing.
and you had to fight it out, or everyone's gonna beat your ass.
Right.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Again, it's ego.
I'm
And
on
this
your
goes
mind.
back to before us.
Right.
Society has not changed at all in the last 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 years. It really hasn't.
It has not.
When someone honors that state,
Yeah.
you didn't make it up when you were a kid. You got that from somebody, whatever. But
Get
that-
beat up by 10 people or
but
fight
you,
one.
But no. It's not. My friend.
He's saying pretty much saying like it's a cycle that's repeating. It's like history
Yeah.
repeating. It's like you don't learn it
Like
from
masculinity.
yourself.
Yeah.
A man should do this. A woman should do this.
Thank you. That's
Yeah,
my point.
yeah.
A cycle continues.
Those are like gender roles.
But he's saying
Yeah.
it's just been
It's just
before
never ended.
our time. It's never
But
gonna
it is.
stop.
It's hard to change when
Yeah.
it's been implemented this way for so long.
Then let's use those words. This is how we break down the cycle. You say it's hard to change, but you didn't say it was impossible to change.
Yeah, no, nothing's impossible.
If you have the strength of your character dictates your path. If you find avenues as you did in boxing,
Right.
you find avenues as I did in martial arts, and I don't know your path as far or what avenue you're on. Respectfully.
Artist.
But if you by the path you take, if you continue with forethought before action, and what would this bring? What outcome do I want? Okay, someone's in my face. Believe me, I've been challenged a lot too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume, right?
I would not
yeah.
challenge this man.
Well, you know what? Because
Right.
I don't look like I can destroy. Because people are very visual. I can come in
But
and
that
go,
don't
"Hey,
mean
man,
nothing."
No. Believe me. I'm saying that if a guy, like you said, big guy, skinny guy.
Yeah.
If a big guy would
yeah.
challenge me because the skinny guy wouldn't, as you say, because speed, whatever. But a big guy figure I can take him.
'Cause
He's
he's small.
about 150.
Yeah.
I can take.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But see, it's because it's visual.
Yeah.
Perception.
Perception, yeah, perception's everything.
Perception is illusion in
Yeah.
martial arts. It's illusion.
Yep. You're fighting. Period.
Yeah, you can look horrible, but be the smartest person in the room. You can look beautiful and be the smartest person in the room. How would I know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So we have to get off that perception madness because that's the same thing that goes into the bullying thing, the masculinity thing. I can go on and on.
Yeah.
It might they go into a family type thing.
Yeah.
I come from Alabama. I was raised on a farm. Chickens,
wow.
cows, pigs, whatever. I fed the pigs and slop this, that, whatever.
Yeah.
Did it.
My mom
Horses
came
and
from
everything.
Mississippi.
I'm telling you, man. But it's a whole other world up north. You had to prove yourself and be strong. If you didn't, you had your parents to deal with.
Right.
But when we moved up north, you had your friends and society to deal with. But if it matters to you, you go their way. You do what they say. Be bullied. Me, friends have tried to talk to me into certain things. Man, we're going to get you to do this, do that. I said, no, you're not. But see, someone had to stand up.
Strong-minded, you
Thank you.
strong-willed.
See, I was always strong-minded, so I never had to transition from like I've got to get stronger to like I'm strong.
Right.
So I was blessed.
It was always like that.
Exactly.
You
Like,
naturally born.
so I don't know I understand now from helping my students and friends and counseling people where your beginning is and where you need to get stronger. Some people don't start with that, but you have to. Otherwise, you get the same cycle. 10 years from now, prison. 10 years after, same cycle.
Yes.
And and people don't understand the amount of effort that goes into being a fighter, being a teacher, being a coach, being a sensei.
Yes.
They don't understand what it takes to get up out of your bed, do all the right
Yes.
things, count your calories, get enough sleep, make sure that you're stretching
Eat right,
enough.
do right.
Eat right, do right.
It's not right. It's not easy, man. It's not easy.
And when you eat right, do right, do you see this man?
Eat right, do
Do you
right.
see what he looks like? He's supposed to be
Amazing.
He's supposed to be 58 years old. He's supposed to be 58 years old,
Just
and I
put it on
guarantee
the
you, he moves better than I do.
Ah, come on.
Oh, I can tell you for a fact. He showed me something. I was like, where did he go? Oh, he's right there. He like disappeared and reappeared right in front
And this
of
is
me.
why
He got fast hands.
I do boxing and I work out because not only is it good for your physical, but it's good for your mind.
Yes.
I've tried doing like a lot of grounding, like meditation and stuff like
Yes.
that. I started doing yoga like recently,
Excellent.
just trying to get like
And
more
it's
soulful
awesome.
within.
That's where it leads to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, there was a commercial when I was a kid. It said the mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Yes,
Yeah.
and which it is.
You don't see those kind of commercials anymore.
Not anymore.
Everything's controversial. Us against them. Black, white, orange, Chinese, whatever. Freak. I don't give a heck.
Black
about
and white, so
politics.
everything's black and white.
I feel
Who
like
cares? You know what I mean? Really, who cares?
I feel like everybody has to
right.
find like their own path, whether it's yoga or the gym.
Yeah.
Like for me, I never liked fighting as a kid. It was just like after a while, I got tired of being called bucktooth beaver and all this stuff because I had some big teeth, and I embraced this name Diente Loco, which means crazy teeth in Spanish. But it's like, I mean, by the time I was in 6th grade, I had 100 fights under my belt because I was never the person to run. I was like, I'm gonna stand here and
Stand your ground.
I'm gonna fight because I'm not fast. And I never liked the idea of running away from something like that because I felt like if I ran, then I'd be running
Into another
Monday,
problem.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
yeah,
Friday.
And now you're running
Saturday.
every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we can't go back in time, unfortunately, and forgive me for interrupting, but
Nah,
it's
okay.
you know, if you had certain types of counseling, you know, if what we know today for social media, with everything's out there, you can get a daggone degree. You won't have the official degree, but you can go on
Yeah.
YouTube and get a degree in science,
Yep.
knowledge-wise.
Yeah.
But as far as bullying and so on and so forth, and self-esteem, self-value, personally, when I was a kid, I'm just sharing this, not that you should have did what I did. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, no.
I'm just
No,
saying
it's
that
an example,
There
yeah.
are other mentalities that exist that we had no idea of until we see or we have the knowledge of.
Right.
There are those who can walk out of a fight and not worry about what other people
Yeah.
think. I don't give a freak what everybody thinks.
I
I'm gonna
I
do
always
that.
walked away until there was physical contact.
Well, that's the rule of law.
Once there
Yeah,
was physical,
because once you touch me, oh, you better prepare yourself for these hands.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then after that, right there, and again, I'm total agreement. After that, you have to like judge how much to give back. You know, in fairness and everything. You know, I mean, they let the punch to the crime. If someone hits you and you, oh, what the freak, you got an anger problem.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if we're fair about it, someone touched me, I touch them back, equal, everybody happy. Nobody's hurt. But if we go off and then it's your ego that was attacked.
Yep.
Right.
And that's gonna follow you the rest of your life.
Exactly.
If someone
You
says
gotta
something,
keep your ego in check.
now I can you can be easily bullied at that point because you're sensitive.
Sensitive.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're not strong. You're sensitive.
Right.
The weak take things out in aggressive manners and everything when they feel this is attack. I'm gonna give back more than I already got. Then,
Yeah.
wow, you know what? You can turn that same energy to positive.
I do feel
Right.
like I do.
And you know what? And as a fight, I know you know this as a fighter. We get hit in the face.
Oh yeah.
We get hit in the body.
Oh yeah.
And there's only so much you can do about it.
See, I
Hard.
don't do physical contact.
And-
Like
and
sports,
when you-
nothing like that.
Right,
Mm-mm.
but when you're
I
a
just
fighter-
swim in. I just swim in because I stayed in my own lane.
That water
Listen,
is hot.
yeah, I do. So I
see
grew
what you
up.
did
I
there.
grew up playing football, and I was a running back. So
Oh,
I had to
man.
get hit a lot.
Yeah.
I got hit a lot.
Tackle galore. man.
Right, and you know, when I got to college, I got recruited as a middle linebacker. And
congratulations.
thank you. And you know, I had a short run. I was a starter. I
You
got
did.
hurt.
You were there, man. You
Yeah,
did.
and thank you. And I did the dishing out that time. And it was cool. It was cool to dish it out once in a while. But as a fighter, as a boxer, when you're sparring and you're getting punched by this guy who's on your same team, you see him in the gym with you every day.
Yeah, that's like your brother. It's
Yeah,
like your teammate.
but he's hurting you. That teaches character.
Yeah.
So when you have character, you know what? Somebody said this to me. He was one of my old managers. He said, don't take your car to work if you live within 15, 20 minutes from your job. He said, walk to work because it builds
People
character.
and yeah.
You see more things that you would see walking.
I feel like in your car you become disconnected to what's everything around
Exactly.
you, especially with
Yeah.
like telephones and all that kind of stuff now.
Yeah.
Just walking down the street, most people just feel awkward within themselves.
Yeah, they're
not
closed.
comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not comfortable
and,
no more.
And once you're exposed, and you get, we'll say, as we say, disrespected, whether it's verbally, let's stay on the verbal for a second, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
You're exposed and you feel vulnerable, you're going to retaliate. I mean, I'm talking retaliate, unnecessarily.
Right.
So if we can control ourselves, if we can just reel it in a little bit.
Think before you act.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, anger is the weapon of the weakest person. We're not Hulk. The angrier you get, the more powerful you get. Okay, fine. But that's short-lived.
Right.
Boxing. Let's talk on boxing for a second. Do you know if you tense continually in a match, that's tense.
You get
that's so
tired
energy,
fast.
you get tired quickly.
You get tired quickly.
In martial arts, you learn to circulate the energy so it renews and renews and renews, so you can fight longer. So your breathing changes. So when you fight, because my boxing training, I had to my kung fu. When you're fighting, you breathe. You don't.
That's why they say to relax. You gotta relax.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta relax because you gotta relax like you're in a car and like you're drunk or something like that. You're about to get into a car accident or something like that.
You're in a certain state of mind.
Right, yeah. So you gotta be in that kind of state of mind.
I don't be
So,
that
like, you
relaxed.
When you're sleeping.
Yeah, you gotta be relaxed because
Okay.
if you tense up, you're gonna.
Also,
That's the same thing with shots. You can't tense up when you get a shot.
in any of these physical sports, it's technique. If you're throwing a punch, it's with intent. It's to get the other guy down as quick as possible, in my eyes, or tired. And it's like I feel like as a man, I feel like we need stuff to do with our masculinity, like boxing, like football,
Different outlets and stuff.
And it wasn't until I really found weightlifting. Like I love boxing training. I love being strong. That's always been something that I liked, but I would never do my max weight until recently because of I wanted to learn what it was, and I had to change my workout habits over years because I got a neurological problem. So now I'm like 5th generation change. So now I'm doing weightlifting. I'm in a pool, and I really modified everything that I can do so I can do it well. And as far as like at 43 years old, I don't have a desire to get back in the ring and punch somebody and get punched.
You should take up yoga.
Yeah. I also, I really,
Not for anybody, really.
at the same time, when you do get hit, right, and you do it often, you build up like a resistance. So me getting hit in the face, us three getting hit in the face, and you guys getting hit in the face is two different things. Like I can get punched in the face full force by somebody and say, don't do that again.
Well, it depends. You hit right there, the jaw right there.
Yeah.
You won't be saying anything because you'll be out.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
offense,
no, I know that. But the only
yeah.
person that's going to hit me there is a trained fighter, or someone that got lucky.
No.
But
Yeah, because there's guys who swing wild. They get lucky if they connect.
Yeah.
But in a street fight, you can throw punches, but it's not really the thing you want to do unless you know what you're doing. And if you want to throw a punch in a street fight, the best punch to throw is a hook. Sorry, I'm giving out.
No. You're right.
I'm giving. I didn't want to give out too many tips. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to give out too many tips because a lot of people are gonna go out there throwing hooks.
Disclaimer.
Right. So like if you're in a street fight, it wouldn't be the most logical thing to do is to throw a straight punch. Yeah. Because you're gonna leave yourself open. You're gonna leave yourself open to probably a counter punch or somebody to take you down with a double leg or something.
Yeah, one of those judo slings.
And no matter what you do, no matter what you throw out, you're for a moment you're vulnerable either way.
Right.
The moment your troops leave home,
You're open.
vulnerable. You're vulnerable.
You're open.
You're
Yeah.
open.
That's why I don't want to give out anything either.
But,
See how
but
fast
that's why
it
they
is?
say.
That's too
But that's why they say the best defense is a strong offense. So as long as you keep that motor going, you'll be alright.
Exactly. And nothing. And unlike the movies, true fights are not long.
Nope. They
They're
last
not-
about 30, 45 seconds in the street.
Yeah?
Exactly.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
30, 45 seconds, because they be tired already.
5 minutes
See,
is
that's the
like
thing,
a
is
long
that was ours.
The
ass
most street
fight.
fights, you're in a tense mental and physical tension.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you get tired out quick.
It's like chi. To explain that for a second.
I know what she is.
If you close your hand tight, chi can't go through. When you're tense,
So energy flow?
just like in muscles, bones, capillaries, so on and so forth. Nerves, tight. Get pressure, can't go through. Relax, right through.
Right through.
I think martial arts is important, and I think fighting with
There's definitely a
training
spiritual
is
aspect.
important.
I think
Fighting
every
us.
man. I
Or-
think every man should know how to defend himself.
Okay, again, I agree with you totally. However, I gotta add to that. Growing up in martial arts, I mean, I'm literally growing up in Chinese martial arts.
Right.
When I became a teacher, actual Shifu, 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 I differentiate because Shifu, Shifu is Cantonese, Shifu is Mandarin. I teach Mandarin.
Oh, okay.
Mandarin.
Differentiation.
Or Laocher teacher, or just teacher.
Yeah.
But,
Where can somebody take your classes?
let's see. Advertisement.
Yup, we ready.
I'm at 33 Dover Street, the Stacey Adams Building,
Yep.
Suite 223. Silver Tiger Martial Arts.
And what is your hours?
Well, actually, right now I'm changing my hours this year because I just leased a new suite, 223. Presently, it's Saturdays and Sundays here, from 2 o'clock to 5.
Okay.
I've stayed till 7 and 8 because my classes are not 1 hour. Traditionally speaking, they're about an hour. My class are 2 hours, sometimes 3 and 4.
Depending on the lesson and stuff.
Well, it depends on how long I can stay and my student can
Awesome.
stay. Student can
Okay.
stay.
So you want them fast hands? You need to come see Master Lee. He got
take any age?
fastest hands.
Well, yes.
Or-
I trained children when I was teaching in Boston for my goodness, whatever, forever.
Yep.
Is that the community center?
YMCA, RTH. Kids, as long as you can walk and you're somewhat disciplined, meaning you can listen. It's not a daycare. I'm being honest. It's not a daycare.
you
Kids can't run around and everything.
Being a wild banshee, you know that.
I was hired by one school in Rhode Island. I won't mention the name out of respect.
Okay.
To teach martial arts there, and it was a kids class. He had about 2 or 3 kids, and they did never run around. Parents sat there and watched. Barely listen to him. I'm trying to listen. I can't. I've been
Yeah.
around too long.
No, it's
I'm too high from the food
respect,
chain.
man.
This is not ego.
It's
I
respect,
I
yeah.
teach teachers, martial arts instructors, and I also teach new people as far as beginners. So I cannot for the life of me stand there and with Jimmy and Billy running around and mom and dad saying stay. No discipline.
I'm the same way, man.
Yeah.
No
When it comes to
discipline. When I
teaching.
was a kid, we walked in 11, 10 years old. We were in a school. Yes, teacher. Poof. We were. What's going on here? This is martial arts school. We're going. No. There are some kids. Everyone can learn martial arts. Anybody and everybody, whatever
Okay.
age, 4 or 5, doesn't matter. But if a child has zero discipline and gets anything they want, spoiled rotten, they're not ready for any teacher. I'm not gonna scream and yell. He's gonna start crying. Mommy, I want to go over there. They're not gonna apply themselves. I can be very gentle, because most of them I'm gentle in here. This is my nature, and I've taught kids. That's why I say with a condition, if you will.
Yeah.
Any child, any age.
Yeah, it's not right for the parent to waste your time with that nonsense.
Well, you know what,
or the
you're
facility.
right. I agree, but I don't want to sound pompous. But
Well, it's not. You're a master's
I'm being
master.
real.
Yeah, I would say
And
your time is of the essence.
You invested 40 plus years into an art.
Amen.
Now,
So now you're supposed to receive some type of respect for it. You know.
Yeah.
And there's that word respect. Remember I say respect is for each person?
Yeah.
Mine is you go in with the mentality of I'm here because I want to
Wants to be here. Yeah.
Right.
I like anything in life, and this we can segue to any subject at this point. If you're involved in something and you don't want to be there, little by little it'll degrade. You can't help it. It's nature, but you're being honest.
Yeah,
You're being
but
true with yourself.
that's why
Yeah.
everybody has to find their thing, whether it's her swimming,
Boxing, martial arts,
martial
whatever.
arts, weights.
Yeah.
Like,
Yoga.
I find
Painting.
my relationship with the weights is like this beautiful thing. It's like when I get underneath the racks and I just push.
There's a rapport. You
You know,
connect to
it's
that.
it's like my thing. Now my next thing is learning how to play piano, and these
Done
are
that.
all things that are helping me with my neurological problems. And it's like I'm in the pool twice, 2 to 4 times a week, and we just gotta find what works for us.
You have to.
Do you have social media, Master Lee?
Oh, maybe insert more on me. Yes.
What-
I learned.
Insert here.
I learned French in the 5th grade, and it's still in me.
5th grade.
Yeah.
so where can we find you on social media so we can get updates on your classes?
SilverTigerArts.com. I'm revamping my website, but that's the website. SilverTigerArts.com. It's there. It's been there for a while, but again, I'm revamping it, so you're gonna see a big tiger.
Do you have a Facebook or Instagram or anything?
I don't. Right now, I have a Facebook. Yes, Fourth Tiger, but you can just call up Lee Smith
Okay.
in Facebook. I'm there.
So we'll definitely connect everybody to you on our social medias.
YouTube.
You got YouTube?
Your
YouTube?
YouTube put in Shifu Lee Smith or Silver Tiger Martial Arts.
How do you spell that again? Shifu?
Yeah, SHIFU Lee Smith, or just Lee Smith Silver Tiger.
Okay.
Silver
Well,
Tiger Martial. Yeah.
I just want to say thank you so much for coming by
Yeah.
and allowing us to interview you with your knowledge and with all the wisdom that you shared with us today. Thank you so much for
Yeah, we
that.
greatly appreciate it.
We're gonna have
This is an awesome show.
We're gonna have Master Lee back on when we talk about Kung Fu Pizza when it's ready to come out. That's on deck. You guys will see that craziness soon.
It's from what I've learned from Wayne so far. Yeah, you don't have too many filters, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, but that means in your production, you're not gonna want too many filters. I get to the sides of myself that I don't use in class. Because martial art, before I leave, I want to say that the only difference between martial arts in movies and martial arts in reality is that movies, they do things that aren't real, that cannot be done, strings, whatever. But there are trillions of things you can do in actual martial arts that you never see in the movies.
Yeah.
You know, at least not America-wise. In China, it's a little bit different. And some come through the social media here, YouTube here and there. But the internal, and before I go, this is my lesson to everybody here. I can't leave without a lesson.
Oh no, wait, students.
We're ready.
When you've completed your travels or your adventures in your physical aspect, if you don't somewhere add your emotional, mental, meaning as far as yoga or what have you, or meditation or all above, you won't arrive where you think you're going. You'll be somewhere lost, I guarantee it. If your mind's not part of what you're doing,
You gotta connect.
you find your nirvana, so to speak, in your weightlifting, Dwayne. And
Yeah,
that's cool.
I do.
But you have to realize that's here. It's not
Yeah.
in how strong you are. The muscle can only get so strong where it becomes impractical. Like for example, a lot of the weightlifters, wow, I know something. Colombo, Schwarzenegger, Ferrigno. I'm talking the old school. These guys, they look strong and they are strong. But after time, but these guys are old now. But Ferrigno still looks good. Schwarzenegger, all due respect, he looks okay. But he was the man.
Yeah.
Nobody could beat me.
Yeah, he's big.
But now
Nobody could beat me.
now it's good because he needs to go over
Nobody.
here. Your body is limited. Your mind is not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking. So I say to you all, go into something that's going to go into the mind as well. Meditation, I would suggest, if you don't stop, even Jesus meditate. If you don't stop for a moment, give yourself that moment, live right now like we're all here right now.
Yes.
Yep.
10 years from now, who knows, I might decide to age. I don't know.
I might decide to age. I mean, I don't know. You haven't aged not a bit, so.
In our next interview, and I know we didn't go to bullying so much and everything, but know that before I leave, bullying, if you understand, my martial art mentality, martial art saying is in our logo and so on and so forth, is understanding myself and finding peace within. If you can connect to a person, understand a person, they become less threatening. A bully is only threatening because of illusion. And you gotta pose like in the animal kingdom, which we are. You have to pose and look in front, blah blah.
Yeah.
And some actually have something that they can deliver something. Believe me, I'm not down anybody. And not all bullies are street people. Fathers, uncles, mothers, daughters.
sisters.
Well, that's where it
Yeah,
starts,
and
really.
this goes into something I want to say that I think was Dwayne or yourself touched upon real quick. You had you said something about men have to this to that. Women too.
Women, I was gonna say that as well. Women have to know how to defend themselves.
Yeah.
This is what I was gonna say earlier, and then I definitely have to go. I do apologize, but I could not when I was younger, as a young instructor, imagine a woman walking the streets and not knowing how to defend herself. It was beyond me.
Yeah.
I loved martial arts then, and I love it still. And I always say, if martial arts was a woman, I'd marry her because there's nothing but positive from it. And when you're down, it picks you up.
Yeah.
It never lets you down. When in my lowest times of my life, I always have martial arts. I've been poor and I've been wealthy, and I've always had martial arts through all of that.
Right.
You're a good dude, and I already know it. And I'm gonna come by in some time, and we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk, man, because I really appreciate the knowledge and the wisdom you have here, man.
Well, I'm just warming up.
Hey, he just warming up.
You can always
We just getting started.
You can always come
We're
in,
gonna have to make a
man.
part 2 to this.
Because
Maybe a 3.
because
Make a whole sequel. That's fine.
I've had to sleep in my car. I've had to sleep in shelters. I was homeless several times. So like when I hear that and I see your character and I see your demeanor and the way you carry yourself, people don't understand, man. When you're growing up in humble beginnings and you know the limitations of the parents that you see daily and what they can do for you.
Right.
And so you want to do everything for
Yeah.
them. You want to learn to do everything for them. You want to learn to do everything for your family because
Honor them.
you've seen the struggles.
Yeah.
You've seen all these problems and how society throws it in your face.
Yeah.
Like, this is what life is supposed to be.
but it's not.
That's not true though. And you're
Right.
right. In life, it's not supposed. They said, well, you know what? We're gonna struggle. Why?
We don't have to.
Why? Why do we have to struggle? We get that struggle mentality. We find that it is now a truth, so we accept it. But if you're a better person, I grew up in tough neighborhoods too. But you're a product of the hood. Well, I'm a product of the hood. Yeah, I'm sophisticated. I speak 3 languages. You know, I'm a pilot. I'm a pilot in training plane-wise. I've driven, pilot Cessnas and
Next time you
Pipers.
take us over the ocean.
I
he's
trained in
on
motorcycle training. I train people in motorcycles. As far as
So
how
what
to ride
don't
mo-
you do?
I don't know.
That's what I need to know. What don't
I
you
hear
do?
a lot of me and him.
Yeah.
If I grow to age like this, man, please, Lord, please
Yes.
look at the camera.
Because I
If I
believe. The thing is, you guys, if you don't believe,
swear.
I leave you with this, and I said that before, but I got to say it one more time. 'Cause you guys are great because you have a tree of knowledge here, not just me, all of us. But when you make someone a branch known, you start a branch.
Right.
And if I have, in my knowledge, can continue with that branch or could bring you to another level of that branch, that's what I'm here for. But if you don't understand yourself, you'll never have peace. You'll
Never.
always be you against someone else, or they this, they that, they this.
Yup.
Always externally comparative.
Now that's something that we touched upon a couple earlier in the conversation when I was speaking about self-evaluation and having identity.
Yes.
That's not identity.
You have to have identity.
Yes.
In college, that's where I learned my identity. And I also learned that I didn't have to make other people money. I only had to take care of myself and my family. And I could do what I wanted. I could become a filmmaker. I could be an artist. And I think that's like really key. Somewhere along the line, when you grow up poor, you think I have to make money, and you see money as a false idol. And it wasn't until I let myself get broken and be humble. And while I was broke, I made my first movie. And it's like, I was homeless this July. And it's like, all these great things have been happening. Health-wise, it's another ballpark, but I'm on the comeback right now. But it wasn't until I found my place, like Happy Gilmore. So that's going to wrap it up for this section. Yeah. Thank you, Master Lee.
Thank
I
you.
just want to touch one more thing before he goes.
You're not leaving today,
Because-
just in case you thought you was leaving today. You're not leaving. Sorry.
I want the people in my age group specifically to understand what we're talking about as far as identity. Knowing when you go to the store if you can afford something or not. Knowing that your credit needs to be repaired.
Yeah.
Work on it.
Knowing
Work
that your
on it,
health
'cause it
is
won't-
everything. Now, identity is all of these things. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to look in the mirror and say, "Listen, I'm spending too much money on fast
But I
food."
feel like it's aside from materialistic things. It's knowing you yourself personally and on a deep understanding, because that's just over the surface. You need deep waters. That's
One
what you
gets
need.
the other.
Yeah.
If you understand,
It all
yeah,
aligns.
yes, one
It
gets the
all
other.
aligns. It all runs parallel.
Yes,
So when
exactly.
you do something in one lane, it mirrors the other lane.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
mirrors the other lane.
That's
then it mirrors the other
adjustment.
lane.
You're making consistent adjustments as you do. I used to do this thing when I was growing up called inventory. Every year,
talk.
every year I
Love
did.
it.
Yeah, every year I did self inventory. Self inventory every year. You have to reevaluate yourself. Do you want to be part of the status quo, or want to be something different, something a little bit better?
Do you want to set precedents?
Exactly.
Do you want to be something more
Yeah.
than what they're projecting?
And hunger for it.
Yeah, you
Plan
gotta
it.
be hungry.
And I'll tell you, if you don't make
Yeah.
a plan, it's not gonna happen.
I could talk all day
No, you know what?
about
You know
this.
what?
I'm going to close this
I'm gonna
up
pull
right
myself from the
now.
mic
Yeah.
right now.
Yes.
But make a plan, follow it. Every successful person made a plan and followed it. But you need
Yeah.
character to follow your plan, because it's easier on the wayside, get thrown by the wayside. Oh, and you get reevaluated by others, and you believe that reevaluation. You don't put more faith in another person's evaluation of yourself, but more in your own evaluation, self-evaluation. I don't care what they think of me. I care what I think of me.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I know what path I'm supposed to be on.
Self-love is a
Because
vessel.
I have an identity.
Exactly. You don't understand my madness because you're not me.
Right.
But it's gonna lead me to something better. And, but at the same time, I'm not out. I don't need, my madness is pure. I don't need to destroy folks to get to what I need.
Where it needs to be, right?
I don't need to. I follow the path of a higher calling. As far as, whether it's Jesus, whatever you're into, the Quran, the Bible, whatever, you must have a calling, a higher level person or thing or path that says, look, I don't need to destroy in order to build. I can just build on what my foundation from my parents, my peers, whatever, and build something straight and bring others into it. when you
Right.
get there.
So to elaborate, he's basically saying if you call him an asshole, he already knows he's an
It doesn't-
asshole.
No, my,
But that's what I'm saying.
you
But that's what I'm saying.
I know, my thing is that I know I'm not.
Exactly.
Because if you call me something
You're
and I say
projecting
and I
that.
get upset, I believe you.
Right.
And if I believe you, then maybe I am.
But
you know,
I'm not.
There's an issue.
But I'm not.
Because I know who I am.
So-
the strength of my character is strong. I cannot be broken. I can
I'm
bend, but never
gonna
broken.
segue to the next segment because John's been rolling his fingers for a little while. But listen to this, okay? If you're talking, you ain't doing, right?
All right.
So that's gonna lead us into the social media aspect.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Dropping bottles.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Soda bottles off.
Soda bottles. Soda bottles, not liquor bottles. Soda bottles. Come back anytime, man.
Please.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're back with You Talk It, We Bring It. And we're here to talk about, well, not really talk about, we're here kind of just to recap, like, what you guys think as far as identity goes. Like,
So, based off of the show and the direction of the show and all the knowledge base that was provided in today's show,
a lot of it.
we want to hear feedback from you, the audience. We want to know what in your life right now can you do better? If there's something in your life right now that you can change, what is it that you can change, and what are the steps necessary to take for that change to occur or prosper? Manifest. Oh, that's a nice word. I like that.
You gotta manifest everything. What you mean?
So we want to know on Twitter. You can hit us up on Twitter
Or
at You
IG,
Talk It.
whichever.
We bring it. On IG, You Talk It. We bring it. And we want to hear your feedback. And we'll provide the feedback on the next show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else from you guys? L, Diente.
Just make sure you holler back, follow,
check us out.
hit us up,
Stay watching, stay listening.
and stay tuned.
Awesome. Peace.